Hello, it's Barbara Jean, the Stamping Queen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a little card with this stamp set called Sweet Blooms. It's part of the Florals in Bloom Sweet collection. And there is only going to be a description of this below the video because it's not open for open order yet. That will be the 6th of May. And as soon as that happens, I'll leave you links and everything below. I can't make a link yet for this because it's not yet available. This is just a teaser look. So, Sweet Blooms. This is kind of neat. I have some parts and pieces here. And so I've used several of these stamps. You can tell because they're a little discolored. They always do that. The photopolymer stamps always discolor. This is a 2-part stamp. It has the leaves and then the blossoms. And I'm gonna show you how to stamp those. It's not very difficult. It just takes a little bit of a steady hand. So I'm just gonna, this is just a piece of designer series paper from the pack, and it was just pretty, so I put it there. So we're going to use Granny Apple Green for the leaves, and just going to put that on my stamp pad. I'm not too worried where it's going because I can figure out how it's going to be straight. And so here I'm just going to one more time going to just place it here, and that gives all your leaves, and then this will give you the blossoms. We're going to use the strawberry slush because I think it's really pretty. And I'm going to stamp it off once so it's not too bright. I'll show you what it will look like if I don't stamp it off once. So it's just very, very bright. I don't want it quite that bright. So I'm going to use it like this. And these little stems line up with the little blossoms. And if you turn it around, you can actually get it pretty close. And there it is. That is just lovely. So it's that easy to do these 2-part stamps. Oftentimes I will use the die and cut the die out and then stamp on my piece of paper in my stamp positioner, and then put the die around it. And then I can line it up just like I want it to be, and I can use the stamp positioner if I'm going to do more than one. But in this case, I'm just doing this one. And let's look at the rest of these things. So my last video, this is such gorgeously pretty paper. So I cut up parts and pieces of it, and I designed a card, and we're going to go over that. But let me show you how to cut these out. It is not all that difficult. So my little snips, and I'm just going to go around, and it doesn't even have to be perfect because it'll look just fine, not perfect. The trick is to move your paper, not the scissors. So as I come around, I'm just going to be moving my paper, and I'm going to, it's not going to be straight lines because I just don't want straight lines. I am going to go off the edge of the paper here. I'll leave enough room around that motif. It doesn't take all that long to cut these out. And I don't want a sharp point there, so I'm just going to start back over here and just let the scissors take a little grip and then turn it as I go around there. So you just turn your scissors. Turn the paper. Hold the scissors mostly steady. And that's all it takes to cut these out. It doesn't take very long to cut out a whole page of these motifs. I used a half a page because I thought I might want the other half for something else, but it doesn't take that long. And then, so on the card that I designed with this, it's just little pieces. And I'll show you that and show you how I did it. And that's all it takes to cut out that whole flower motif. So these are the sizes that I decided that I wanted to have. I knew I wanted to have the strawberry slush base, and I wasn't sure about these sizes. So I used my handy dandy little card design tool until I could figure out what did I like. So did I like it? Well, that's a really wide reveal. I don't think I want it that wide. So let's see. And I knew I wanted 2 layers. So let's see how that looks. Well, that would give me a nice reveal. That would also give me a nice reveal. That's how I chose how to do this, was to use these papers. I have standard sizes written on here, every 1/8 of an inch. And I used 2 different colors of cardstock just because then you can see contrast with them a little bit better when you lay them together. So this is what I came up with. I'm probably not going to put this together right this second because how I do it is not necessarily how you would do it. And we're just going to lay it on here together. I kind of like this, and I kind of like this because, well, I like the Secret Sea and the strawberry slush together. I like that a lot. But I also liked some of these other parts. And I really wanted to use this. These are 2 die cuts. So this is the Secret Sea and just white on top of it. But that looked a little bit to me like it was missing something. So I'm going to stack it up like this. Oh, let's put it together. All right, let's just put it together. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue around this edge. And I usually do glue because then I have a second or two to move it. And all I'm doing right now is I'm holding this side up. This side is down. I want to make sure that it's even all the way around. And I can move it because I used glue. I can move it until it looks even. And then if I don't quite like it the way it is, I can still move it just a touch more. And then I'm just going to press it down. And I'm going to put this on the card base. I don't like that because it moved a little bit. So I can still move it. That's the cool thing. All right, so I'm going to put this on the card base. And there again, I'm going to hold up one side of it, and I'm going to let the other side go down until I can see that it's even. It's pretty even here, here, and top and bottom. And I'm happy with that. So I'm going to push that down. Now I am going to use dimensionals on here because I think that will make it look really nice. And it will also let me have some dimension for the flowers that are going on it. So, well, I didn't want that to go over. And take off those and those. And with me just putting the dimensionals on the end, I can still slide things down inside of it. So I don't want it quite halfway. I want it a little less than halfway. So I'm going to line up this side. I'm going to line up this side, make sure it looks straight, and then I'll push it down. And then my little lovely is going across here. And I'm just going to put a few little dabs of glue on here. It sticks really good, this glue, and so I don't need a lot of it. A lot of glue would squish out, and I don't want it to squish out. So I'm going to take it here, and I don't want it exactly in the center. I want it a little lower than center, and I want it a little bit more that way. So I'm just going to push it over. And now I want to make sure that the word is straight on there. And then there we have it. And I'm fine with these parts not touching at the bottom. So now these flowers are going to go in here because I just kind of liked them. And this flower as well is going to go in here. So this is going to get glued on. I want that flat to the card, so I'm going to slide that under, and I'm just going to glue that down. And now these little blossoms are going to be on dimensionals because I want them to give a little bit of view from the base of the card so that they're not just flat. And I want it to come out past here, so like so. And the other one as well. And there we have it. And this one, of course, I want to come out a little bit to the edge. I just want it tucked under there just a little. And there we have it. Now, you might, I think this is gorgeous, just like it is. You might not think it's finished yet. So if you're going to cut out these motifs from your designer series paper, you have lots of things that you can try to put in here to see if it would be better. So there's this little bundle. You could put that right in the middle, or something maybe a little different color, and you could put it between the two pieces. Oh, except I have a dimensional right there. But you could put that in the center. And as long as it doesn't show on the bottom, you can scoot it down as much as you want. I don't like that. There's not enough color. And this won't be enough color because I already tried that one. How about this? No, I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. And you can see if it goes down further, I could cut this part off. But I'm happy with it right about there. So that is the card made from this beautiful stamp set that is called Sweet Blooms. It comes with a die set as well. There is this beautiful designer series paper that's called Florals in Bloom is the name of the designer series paper. I'll have all of that sort of thing down in the description here underneath this video. So I hope you enjoy this and come back, and the next stamp set we're going to do is Pretty Florals. I can't wait to show you that. It's going to be great. All right, bye-bye for now.